Have you ever felt that people only come to you when they need something? Have you ever canceled your own plans, your rest, or your peace just to help someone who forgets you the moment they're done? If so, this story is for you. Because sometimes life teaches us the hardest lessons through the people we care about the most. In a peaceful little town, there lived a man named Daniel. Everyone knew him well. If someone's bike chain broke, they shouted for Daniel. If they needed help carrying boxes, they knocked on Daniel's door. He never said no. He always smiled and said, "Of course, I'll help." He believed helping others made him a better person, and people praised him for his kindness. But slowly, Daniel's life stopped belonging to him. His own garden remained half-cleaned, his windows were broken, and his roof needed repairs. His own problems were piling up, but he was always out fixing everything for everyone else. Every night he came home covered in dirt and sweat. His mother would look at him with tired eyes and say, "Daniel, you help everyone, but why does no one ever help you?" Daniel always gave the same small smile and replied, "It's all right, Mom. One day, people will remember my kindness." But that day never came. One evening, a storm was brewing. The townspeople rushed to protect their belongings. Daniel also ran out, but not to save his own things. He went straight to help his friend Oliver. They worked fast, getting everything into the shed, just as the storm hit. Rain poured down, and by the time Daniel got home, almost everything in his own garden was ruined. He sat on the steps, rain dripping from his face, staring at the muddy mess. His mother placed a warm towel on his shoulder and said quietly, "Daniel, today you saved everyone's things except your own." He didn't reply, but inside him something finally broke. The next morning, tired and confused, he went to see old Mr. Harris, a wise retired teacher. Daniel said, "Sir, I don't understand. I help everyone, but I feel empty and tired. Why does it feel like kindness is breaking me?" Mr. Harris watched the river flow and said, "Daniel, look at this river. It gives water to everyone. But when it rains too much and the river forgets its own path, what happens?" Daniel replied, "It floods. It destroys everything." "Exactly," Mr. Harris said. "Kindness without boundaries becomes self-destruction. You are kind, Daniel, but you have no limits. You run everywhere for everyone, but nowhere for yourself. You think saying no is wrong, but sometimes saying no is the most honest form of self-care. For the next 7 days, don't say yes immediately. When someone asks for help, pause and ask yourself, will helping them harm me? Will I lose time, peace, or energy I need for myself? If the answer is yes, then say, not today. The next day, it felt different. Oliver rushed over. "Daniel, please help me move a heavy box." "I need you." Daniel looked at his own broken fence. He remembered Mr. Harris's words, took a slow breath, and said, "Oliver, I'm sorry. Today, I need to fix my own fence. I can help you later, but not today." Oliver stared at him in shock. "You're saying no?" "You never say no." Daniel just nodded quietly. Oliver left, looking upset, and Daniel felt a little guilty. But he stayed focused, and within a few hours, his fence stood strong again. For the first time in a long time, Daniel felt a small sense of pride in taking care of his own life. The next day, 2 neighbors came asking for small favors. Daniel politely refused, explaining he was busy with his own work. That evening, instead of feeling used and tired, he felt light and calm. A quiet peace filled his heart. On the 4th day, his roof started leaking during another heavy rain. He looked outside, waiting for someone to knock on his door like he always did for them. But no one came. Not a single person. He could have been angry, but instead, he felt a new strength. He picked up his tools and fixed the roof himself. It took time and patience, but when he finished, he sat under his repaired roof and whispered, "So this is what it feels like to depend on myself." Days turned into weeks, and Daniel slowly became a different man. He stopped running everywhere for everyone. He started waking up early to care for his garden. He cleaned his house. He invested time in himself. And something unexpected happened. People started respecting him more. Oliver began solving his own problems. Neighbors stopped calling for every little thing. The town was still friendly, but they no longer treated Daniel like a tool. His house looked better, his garden grew beautifully, and his face looked fresher. He was no longer the man who was always available for everyone. He was the man who valued himself. One afternoon, Mr. Harris visited. He looked at the healthy plants, the neat yard, and the peaceful smile on Daniel's face. He asked softly, "So, Daniel, did the world fall apart when you stopped saying yes to everyone?" Daniel smiled and said, "No, sir. In fact, my world finally started coming together." Mr. Harris nodded gently. When you stop saying yes to everyone, you finally say yes to yourself. And that is when life begins to change. So, my friend, are you like Daniel? Do you give too much? Do you say yes even when it hurts? Remember this. Saying no does not make you selfish. It makes you strong. It means you are choosing peace, not pressure. Your time, your mind, and your heart are precious. Protect them. Because the world will only respect you when you start respecting yourself. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe for more content that helps you build a better life.